Namaste. My name is Dana. Most of you have been following along here, and so today I wanted to offer a moment in seated meditation. Meditation is absolutely part of the yoga practice, and one doesn't necessarily come before the other, but I think now more than ever, meditation is needed and is a beautiful process in just either setting your day up or ending your day, or maybe midday when things get a little bit hectic and hairy, or the mind is anxious. And meditation, I just want to be clear, doesn't have to be a long time, and it is also not it's not perfect. It's like a practice, like anything else. So when I come to my seat, a few things that I typically do, I sit up on a bolster or a blanket. You want to have something so that you can tilt your pelvis forward a little bit and feel the sits bones grounded down, your knees just a little bit lower than your hips. I also personally bring with me a timer. For me, I just have a little clock here I'm going to use today, because it's kind of scary being in silence for a long time, and I want to give myself a few minutes, but also know when I'm done, because if you're really dropping in, it's every little movement you make bringing you out of meditation. Sort of, you have to start over and get to that really soft, quiet place. So most of us have our cell phones with timers. I usually bring that with me to my mat and just right next to it. And sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's 15 minutes. And similar to your yoga practice, you kind of just have to feel your way through it and listen to what you need. So let's sit up nice and tall. And what I thought I would do this morning, there's a reading that I'd actually really like to share with you all. So we'll sit for a few minutes, get quiet. I'll share that reading with you, and then sit for a couple more minutes, and then I'll bring you out. Okay. So like I said, we'll sit up nice and tall in our seat. Maybe there's some slight movements left and right to get yourself comfortable, or bringing the heart forward and rolling it back. Soften the eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. Pause at the top, and then a full deep breath out. Come out the mouth. And your hands can either just come down into your lap, maybe palms face up. You can bring them to your knees if it feels good to have your elbows bend and drop down. If you're feeling like you need a little bit of a hug, you might take your left hand on your heart and your right hand on top of it. And maybe here you just do a little bit of a scan, so you feel your sits bones rooted down. As you fill up, the belly expands, the rib cage expands. And maybe you can imagine the breath coming all the way up to the top, the crown of your head. There's a slight pause there, and when you exhale the breath, you let it all go down the same channel. Your belly excuse me, down into the hips. So just imagine that channel of breath up from the base of your pelvic floor into the chest and the throat, the crown of your head, and back down. If you're clenching your face, the muscles in your face, try and soften that. Let that go. Let the eyes just be heavy and closed. The jaw soft. And if you're new to your meditation practice, you also might count your breath. So you might take an inhale for 2, 3, 4, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, pause, exhale, 2, 3, 4. Stay with that rhythm. The activity that has ceased around the planet has been Mother Nature's method of bringing back into balance the out-of-control yang energies of action, which when divorced from love have taken the form of aggression, greed, control. The quiet that is sweeping the planet is something that has been needed for hundreds of years. The planet is getting a rest that it so desperately needs and deserves. This offers an unprecedented gift to humanity. Yes, a gift. A window of quiet and inactivity worldwide, the likes of which you will not see again in this lifetime. If you use this time by aligning with the outer stillness and silence, by keeping in mind still and thoughts quiet as well, you will experience tremendous benefits, not only for yourself, but for the planet as well. The energy of the divine feminine has long been suppressed on this planet, and now is the time when it is ready to emerge in full force. Align with this force of the yin, the stillness, the womb of creation, the 0 point, calling it whatever name you wish. It is the place where all and nothing coexist. The nothingness is one with all possibilities. Use this time to go within and access the space of stillness and tap into new possibilities for yourself and the world. From this space of stillness, all creation emerges. Allow yourself to be a co-creator of the new birth about to emerge on the planet. It must come first from being, and then only align with doing. It has been reversed for far too long, with humanity's doing coming before aligning with its being. This is the opportunity to hit the global reset button. This is a time when you'll begin to see two different worlds coexist simultaneously, as if parallel to one another. One world will be populated with people and ideas and belief system based on fear, lack, and greed. Control the stem from those beliefs. The other world will be one where people embody hope, joy, and love, and are motivated toward acts of service and selflessness. The world you are going to be a citizen of is determined by the focus of your thoughts, which then influence where you focus your consciousness. I say focus because you are consciousness itself, without any differentiation, being, beginning, or end. However, until you realize that you are this all-pervading consciousness, aware at every moment, you need to train your mind to hold a focus in a certain direction so as to access specific areas of your all-prevailing consciousness. For a time, humanity could have a foot in both worlds, one in the world governed by fear and lack, and another in the world that places faith in God and surrenders to His will. And it is the flow of grace and abundance. As if one foot was on the boat and the other was in the dock. But the boat is moving away from the dock, and the gap between the two is widening. All must now choose which of the world views you are going to be a part of, and plant both feet in it, as you must give yourself over completely to one worldview or the other at this time. Remember, this is a gift, despite all outer appearances to the contrary. Give thanks daily for this gift that is offering humanity the chance to see and correct the error of its ways. Nature is always working in service to the plan of love. There are disasters attributed to her. It is because some part of her ecosystem is not operating in tune with that design. Humanity has not been operating in tune with love, either for one another, for other species, or for the resources of the planet, and this must stop. Gaia has sent this little virus as her messenger that it must stop. No more business as usual. Humanity will not be allowed to destroy everything in its path. It must come to the realization that it is one member of a vast and interconnected web of life, and have respect for that web as a whole, and adjust its actions so that it is helping ever, hurting never. Only then will nature respond with the favor to those honor, to the favor to those who honor and respect and love her. Use this time wisely. A window like this will not come again in your lifetime. If you've lost the breath, come back to your deep inhale and your deep exhale. Feeling the power of this message really, really sinking in. The possibility of being still, looking inward, and really doing less during this time. And then see if you can take a tiny switch of the mind off, like little clouds passing in the sky. Let the words of this message just part ways into a really clear blue sunny sky. And if the clouds are still there, creeping in and out, just let them go. I invite you to come back into the space. Maybe gently blink the eyes open. And if you haven't already, we'll take the left hand on the heart, the right hand on top of it. A deep breath in. Open your mouth and clear it out. Bring the palms together right in front of your heart. Bow your chin in gratitude to yourself for taking a few moments of breath to quiet the mind, calm the nervous system with breath. And think about your actions, if you will move forward in love or remain in fear. I wish you all a beautiful day, beautiful evening, calm, centered space during this time of pause and reset. Bring your thumbs up to your third eye. We'll bow to each other. The love and the light within me honors and bows deeply to the love and the light within each of you. Namaste.